Happy Wednesday,
Game
everybody
day.
out at what?
Game day.
It's game day, and it's an hour and a half away. Sorry, 2.5 hours away. I'm getting ahead of myself here. This will be strictly OU softball talk. That's it. That's why we're on here previewing this game. Dalpois, I don't think there's a way to watch for free unless you can get a hold of someone's ESPN Plus, maybe, or watch ESPN. I don't know because it's on ESPN, it's not on ABC.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way for that to happen. Unfortunately, Bobby. So yeah, let's talk all softball. There's a lot of things to talk about. Obviously, Sooners going for their fourth natty in a row. A lot of interesting kind of maybe strategies with how the pitching is going to go tonight. I think that's probably the $1 million question. Other than that, I think the question is, it's probably not as much as a question as it was a few days ago because Avery Hodge has played pretty good, but Hodge and Torres, with Torres' injury, is she going to be available? Even if it's for a pinch hit or whatever, is she going to be available? I think that's one thing to maybe mention. I don't know. Haven't heard.
Yeah, and Hodge was really good. Can Hodge continue that kind of stretch? Because
for them to win their fourth natty, Hodge or Sanders, one of them down at the bottom of the lineman is going to have some.
Or Boone, Jay.
Yeah,
I mean, guys,
you're going to have some production down there. I think.
Right.
And they got it yesterday with Sanders and Hodge.
I love Riley Boone, chaos coordinator, unbelievable energy. She has not had a good Women's College World Series. That's a fact. It's a fact, Jay. And does she break out of it tonight? I would like to think she is. I mean, she's had a couple of just bad breaks. You know, she had the girl beat over in center, and the girl makes a catch, and Pickering doesn't tag up. She's had a couple just laced line drives.
Yeah.
But I think Boone, Sanders, Hodge. If you get two of those three, but let's be honest, Jay, a couple of the seniors haven't had a very good games lately. And look, it's Tiari's birthday, I believe, today. Does she just show out unbelievably tonight? I hope so.
Hey, here's something I don't think we kind of mentioned it the other day, and with Texas is very young. But the other thing is this is like, I don't really make this comparison too much, but Tom Brady in the NFL, when you've been to this many national championships like Oklahoma's been, they got such an edge mentally, I think, over Texas, that I think that's a huge advantage that maybe people aren't talking about as much. It's a massive advantage when you've played in this series, in this World Series championship, 7 of the last 10 years. I mean, this is like second home for Oklahoma. So I think you could see some jitters early from Texas. And when I say jitters, I'm thinking defensively they could maybe have some issues. I don't know. Texas has been playing so good, though. That's the thing. They've been playing off the charts, man.
Yeah, and Cameron Ridley says Riley Boone will have the series of her life, calling it now. I hope you're right, Cameron. She's due. And, hey, Dave McCook, I'm trying to show that. Yeah, there you go, Dave. Thanks so much for the super. We appreciate it. We're just trying to provide a lot of Sooner softball content. We haven't done it just because of the Sooners run. We started last year, and we're going to continue to cover it because, one, it's fun. This team is unbelievable to follow, and it's a big-time matchup. It's 1 versus 2. It's the two best teams in the nation. It's what you want as softball fans to see. It's going to be rocking at Devon Park. I'll still call it Hall of Fame Stadium, though.
Hey, Shyla, I would love to see it, too, get to 100. That would be amazing. And she's hit 5 homers in the last 8 games. So
it's doable, Jay.
It's doable. You know what?
You can go 2-1 game?
Yeah. You know what? I absolutely love the way softball ends their season. Best 2 out of 3. I love that. I love it so much better than a 1 game. You know what I mean? To win or take all. I like the 2 out of 3. I think it's great. And starting tonight, I think the big question, what's that?
I would like to see him flop. I'm talking about Robert's comment. I would like to see K9 back in the 4 and Brito in the 5.
Possibly.
Me personally.
Hey, viewers, who do you got starting? Who's in the circle tonight for Oklahoma? I had a gut feeling about an hour ago, and I'm going to stick with it. Last night I said Nicole May on a video we did, Jeremy. I've changed my opinion. I think it's going to be Kelly Maxwell. I think Maxwell gets the
I
start
know you
tonight.
do. Yeah, we got a video going out about 5 o'clock where we kind of predict, but I still feel strongly that Nicole May is going to get the circle tonight, Jay.
Well, if you heard any of Patty today on with Chris Plank this morning, just some interesting things about just how big. Obviously, the first game is massive. I mean, you get that first game. It kind of the second game. I wouldn't say you're not playing pressure free, but you do have a lot less pressure on you in that game because you have another one. So game one's just huge. It is such a huge game tonight.
Hey, and
Jason
John
says May
says,
starts to stand out.
John says that Burrito hasn't really barreled one up yet. And you're right. She had the double yesterday. It was kind of off the end of the bat on opposite field, but she's due to barrel one up.
I see a lot of people saying May and then maybe Deal. Hey, here's the fact. Deal's pitched twice, I think, against Texas in relief this year. No hits. I mean, she's pitched pretty well against them. They've seen Maxwell the most. She's pitched the most against Texas.
And guys, I maybe you don't follow Texas. Reese Atwood you talked about the struggle bus. Reese Atwood has not had an RBI, I don't think, the entire women. She hasn't had an RBI since Super Regionals. So can OU continue to hold her down? Because if she starts hitting, this team's different. Reese Atwood has been ice cold.
And don't forget, Atwood's the catcher that Kenzie Hansen basically said she deserves to be like a player of the year candidate. I mean, she's that good. So Sydney says whoever starts will be on a short leash. I agree with you, Sydney. I do agree with that.
More so today than Maxwell had no leash yesterday.
I think more so today, Jeremy. I do. I think more so today, probably. But when I say short leash, I mean if it's like yesterday with Florida and you're allowing 4 or 5 runs early, I think they get yanked. Yeah.
Hey, Cameron.
Teagan Kavan's going to start, I bet.
Teagan Kavan is starting. And she's got 2 1-hitters in this women's cultural team.
Don't say like it's official. It's not official, but
in my opinion, Teagan Kavan's going to start. She's got 2 1-hitters. She's been nearly unhittable. However, I think as OU expects that, if OU gets her out early, watch out, Texas. Watch out. Game is 7 o'clock, ESPN.
7 o'clock. This is probably the 2 teams left. Well, they're the best 2 teams, but as Patty said with Chris Plank, they both have, quote, pitching staff. Like they use multiple pitchers they have, whereas some teams haven't as much. So, but
Mac Morgan's the other one for Texas that we would see. And Jason, look, Keeney has the screwball. I don't know. A lot of people think it's going to be Maxwell and May and maybe Deal the rest of the way. That's it. I've said a scenario, Jay, where you could roll May, Keeney, Deal, Monticelli 1 inning each. I don't think that's going to be Patty's MO because that's just not what she's done. I don't think Monticelli's been in this series.
Jeremy, Monticelli hasn't pitched in forever. She's not pitching tonight. Jackson is there. Says the crowd already crazy. It's going to be a wild night. And what Mike White has said has really, it's going to fire the OU fans up even more. So, yeah,
Robert thinks Sidley is going to do it.
She pitched great. OU couldn't hit her in Texas and Austin. She pitched great against Oklahoma.
Yeah, but Jay, she's not starting game. Listen, in my opinion, she's not. I don't even know if she's going to pitch in this series unless Teagan Kavan gets in trouble or Mac Morgan gets in trouble because I don't think Mike White wants.
Can't hear you, Jeremy. Don't know what happened, but we can't hear you. Jason says Dylan Monticelli dangerous combo. I just don't think it's going to happen. Monticelli, I don't think there's a chance. Mentioning Teagan Kavan, you talk about a pitcher that's been unbelievable in the World Series. As much as everybody wants to talk about Kennedy, which Kennedy was really good, but Teagan Kavan outpitched her twice. Pitched 2 one-hit games against Kennedy. That's very impressive. Go back to the Super Regional. Teagan Kavan got him out of jams against Texas A&M to win that Super Regional to even get to the World Series. So she's been in some pressure situations, and she's come through big time. So, I mean, kudos to her. The key is going to be, can Oklahoma get off to a good start? I think they can. I hope they do. I'm hoping that the bats from yesterday near the end will kind of get them going. Who won the fights between you two growing up? We didn't really – there were no fist fights, Chicken 15. It was just yelling. So I would say we both won. But, yeah, there was something I was going to get to. Yeah, I don't – Robert, going back to this, I'm not sure on how much they'll pitch or if they will pitch Sidley. I mean, she did pitch great against Oklahoma. I just think Morgan and Teagan Kavan is going to be who they're going to go with. Hey, Dave, thanks so much, Dave. We really appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. We'll have to send you the Discord link so you can join the Discord. It might be in the – I think we have to send them a new link for that. I don't think it's in the description. Appreciate that, Dave. Mark says, according to my father, there is no winner in a fight, just less of a loser. There you go.
Hey, Jay. Well, I don't know what brought this up because I missed, but yeah, Jay and I big time arguing with especially Tiger Woods. I saw someone say that.
Hey,
OU's got to be better with runners on base, Jay.
yeah,
and I've said this. I would like to see a couple of hit and runs today. Get the runners on the move.
I mean, I know
it can backfire you. It can backfire if you get a line drive, though.
Well, I know you were just yesterday talking about you wanted Brito to lay down a bunt. So I don't know. That's kind of crazy.
And they would have tied the game had she done.
I think that's kind of – I'm not taking the bat out of Brito's hand. Sorry. I kind of disagree. Unless it's ninth, seventh inning and you need to move somebody over, I'm not doing it.
I know. It was a one-run game, though. You had a runner on second. I think it was –
Hey, Cameron, appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. Hey, viewers, give me your top key to the game tonight. Your number one key to the game. So, hey, Dowpost, that's amazing. Yes, if you have Hulu, you probably have the ESPN Plus. That is awesome, dude. Glad you get to watch it tonight. Mark says, I think Oklahoma needs a small ball.
Mark's been calling for a small ball a long time, and there's some situations, scenarios, circumstances where you could have done it, and they just haven't yet. But
hey, Hey, real quick, I want to go back to Dave, who just joined as a member. Send us an email. We'll send you the Discord link. Email is ousportsroundup@gmail.com. We'll get you that Discord link so you can join up before the game tonight.
Chat during the game.
Yeah. Donna, the numbers with runners left on base has been very similar. It has been. If you look at in general, I think you go back to the last game, the Ella Parker 2 hit. That's why you're going to strand runners. It's if you have bats going and you get runners on base, you're going to strand runners because you're eventually going to get 3 outs. But you can't have the ones where you get no runs in an inning and you strand 3 runners and all that. You got to get those home, those clutch 2-out hits.
And as Robert and Dave are saying, on the flip side, Jay and viewers, on the flip side, OU, they cannot strand runners, especially multiple runners in an inning. But on the other side, they can't give free passes.
Yeah, you can't walk.
You've got to stay away from walks because you can't have 2-run bombs, 3-run bombs like they did against Florida. You can't get that far behind. Solo shots aren't going to kill you. You stay within reach. And yeah, like Mark says.
Shyla, great comment, Shyla. I agree, the pressing. But I don't think it's pressing as much as it's maybe trying to do too much by hitting it over the fence. It's kind of like Ella said, pass the bat to the next person. Get a single, get a double, just kind of keep the line moving, not trying to just hit it out of the yard, I think, is very important. And if Teagan Kavan does start with what's that?
I was going to say, Shyla, is it fair to say, and Jay, are you agreeing with this, that there was probably more reason to press the last few games than these games?
No, it's the same.
If you listen to the players, they said they wanted to go out at least being in the championship series.
Oh, come on. That's Jeremy. You think they just want
Jason?
Now listen.
Right now, they're the underdogs. They're eating this up right now.
Okay, but Jeremy, none of those seniors are going to leave their last
I
play.
didn't say that, Jay.
Okay, but come on.
I think there was more reason to press against Florida than there would be this game in this series. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you're the hunted. I mean, right now, I think it's kind of crazy people are calling OU's the underdog. I mean, they are the underdog when you look at rankings.
I agree it's crazy, Jay.
Here's the thing. What you can't just dismiss is the fact that OU's been there so many times, Texas is not. That has to matter some part. Here's the thing, though, and here's a big key, in my opinion, for Oklahoma offensively. Teagan Kavan has been really, really good of late. And she loves to get ahead of hitters. I think you got to be very aggressive at the plate. I do. I think you have to be very aggressive. I think you're going to get plenty to hit as far as in the zone. Now, what I will say, her detail right now on the corners, she's been just painting them. So you're going to have to go with pitches, go the opposite way if it's outside and all that jazz. But I'm not a hitting coach.
I would rather the umpire have a little larger strike zone than cut it down, because once you cut it, it's been pretty narrow across the board, Jay.
That's
hey,
a good
Jay.
one, Matt.
Yeah, productive outs. Hey, OU's the visitor today in Game 3, correct? If there were a Game 3.
I believe that's how it works.
And if OU can get on Kavan early, this changes things.
Well, not only for Oklahoma, but I think what it really does is whoever they do throw out in the circle, if it's Maxwell or May, if you can go out and the first time you're pitching to their top 3 players and you have a 1, 2, 3 run lead or something, I mean, that's massive. You ask any pitcher, that's huge for them. And John thinks all the pressure is up now.
I agree with John. I agree. All I know is we are about 2 hours and 15 minutes away from this, and it's going to be arguably, Jay, the best, maybe the most viewed, most attended Women's College World Series Championship Series in the history.
Well, I mean, it's going to be probably just people standing room only. I mean, it's going to be unbelievable. And do you have, I mean, I guess we could talk about this for tonight. I'm not going to talk about the whole series as far as who's going to win championship series MVP, but tonight, who do you have as maybe player of the game tonight, Jeremy? And viewers, drop it in the chat, in the comments. Who's your player of the game tonight? I'm going with Jada Coleman tonight.
Hey, I said this on the pregame video that we put out this morning at 9 o'clock. I'm going to stick with it. I think Sydney Sanders is going to have a huge home run. I know Jay's. I really do. I think Sydney Sanders. I think she's gonna hit another bomb. I'm gonna pick her, honestly.
I hope you're right. I think it has to. Hodge or Sanders, somebody has to have another good game. Would that be the best? Dave, have not heard yet on Torres. Here's what I would say to that. I think personally, even if Torres is ready to go, I think pulling Hodge out of the starting lineup right now after what she did yesterday would be kind of, I think if Torres can go, it'll probably be in a pinch hit role personally, I think. But that's just my opinion. I think Hodge had some key at bats. I mean, but I think Torres, it just depends on her eye and if they're going to release her and how does that affect her fielding, all that. I mean, we don't know how that's going to affect her out there. We'll see how that is. I mean, I trust Patty, but we'll see. Ella Parker should be a go. I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, I think no, Ella Parker. Dave's picking Ella Parker, Jay, as a Sooner standout.
Gotcha.
And that's a great one, the way she's swinging the bat smooth as butter. Robert has Tiare Jennings.
That's a good
one.
one.
I can promise you Patty Gasso is not even remotely even considering or thinking about a bonus.
Hey, Keelan, Presgrove, this is a good one. In fact, that's almost who I picked in the pregame video. I picked Jada Coleman. Pickering is one because I was thinking about picking because she's hit a few just so close to being out of the yard and it's had some big hits for Oklahoma. Man, 2 lefty freshmen for Oklahoma. Pickering and Parker, I think, are going to be so good the next 3 years after this. I mean, God, back to back, you got Parker and Pickering. Can you imagine those 2 lefties in a row? It's going to be amazing, man. It already is.
Yeah. And I didn't say you implied. I didn't mean to sound like you implied that. It is a fact. Yeah, she's going to get more money if they win. I was just saying that statement. I think Matt thinks a lot of weight got lifted off the girls surviving them, and I agree. I think they're going to play loose. I think they're going to play aggressive. We know they're going to have fun. They do every single game, and I think we're going to see this team get some of these runners around more often.
Yeah.
Now listen.
Hey, let me say this real quick. Mike White has a chance to beat Oklahoma, the team he's pretty much bashed for having to play the games in Oklahoma City, bashed it. That's not fair. Now, see, I mean, he's got his chance now. They're not playing Florida. They're playing Oklahoma. He has a chance to go against Patty Gasso and beat them. So I just don't want to hear any excuses. Now's his chance. Win 2 out of 3 against Oklahoma, and then you don't have to talk about it anymore, Mike. But can you do it, Mike? I don't know. I don't think you can. I think OU's going to win 2 out of 3 here.
And the whole Mike White comment adds a little extra spice to this game that gets started, Jay, in about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. Listen, you don't need to go anywhere else for softball content. After this game tonight, we will be on for probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes maybe.
Directly after.
Directly, immediately after this game. We usually do a live every single night. This one tonight will be softball focused because of this game tonight. So, yeah, hit the like for our channel. It helps us out. Dave McCook, big thanks for the super and for joining up on the Discord on the membership, Sooner Surge Unlimited. Make sure you email us at ousportsroundup@gmail.com, Dave, so we can get you that link. And listen, everybody else, we'll see you live after this game, right, Jay?
Hey, yeah, real quick. Mark, they don't have to. I think they really need to, though. I'll say that.
Yes.
And before we get off here, you see the logo on the top of the corner there, FanStop. Go check them out. You go to fanstop.com. When you get there, you use code SURGE, you get 10% off your first 3 months for the subscription shirt of the month. And they have OU softball shirts, and they're officially licensed, guys. And be ready, because OU gets a natty, they're going to have national championship shirts. So just go check them out. Great looking merchandise, officially licensed. Check it out.
Yep, and we'll end it with what Robert says. To be the best, you have to beat the best. And I don't see OU losing 2 of 3 with this crowd and these seniors. Amen. I hear that. That's right. Boomer, 4-peat starts tonight. We'll see you after the game. Boomer.
Sooner.